Right guys, welcome back. Thank you all for coming again. This year, we're doing a school day. So as you can imagine, it wasn't the easiest getting everyone down, but we're here and we can make it a little bit more interactive, intimate, especially with the posing at the very end. So anyone who wants to get on stage and do some posing, you are more than welcome to. I know a lot of you are in prep and I know a lot of you will definitely take a lot of value from today's seminar. And the reason why I wanted to get Terrance in for this seminar this year, he is one of the very few athletes at the very top that I know all of you can definitely relate to. Not just his story, but his work ethic and the things he had to overcome. And the work ethic that he has will definitely speak to a lot of you. The experiences that he will share and the knowledge that he will share will definitely give you all a great insight into what is required to be the very best and what is required to compete against the very best. Now, we are all at a very different level and we are all at a very different path within our journey. However, one thing doesn't change. We are still doing this to progress. We are still doing this to try and become better in every way that we can. So today, you will get an insight on what you can do as an athlete, what you can do as a coach, what you can do as a person to simply be better and improve. Now, the schedule for today, guys, is going to be as follows. So first, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Giles and Terrance for coming over. And Terrance first will share his story with you all and give you a bit of a lowdown, a personal lowdown on who he is, where he has come from, and what got him here. So, Terrance. So, since I've competed as a pro, right, I've always had a defeatist mindset. So, I had an approach of going into every single show thinking, well, I'm not really going to do well, so, just crack on and do the show. But that approach and that mindset has definitely left a lot of progress on the table for me because that mindset didn't push me as hard as I knew I could push myself. And I think the little 1% that you'll get from just having a stronger mindset is going to push you far above and beyond than what you're capable of. So some of you guys sitting here, even though you know that you might be competing against someone that's far superior than you for whatever reason, whether it's genetics or simply being long in the game, doesn't really matter. It doesn't stop you acting like a champion and doing the job like a winner does. And I can promise you, you are going to get far more satisfaction out of stepping on stage, being at your best, versus the person that's beating you, knowing that they left a lot on the table. So especially in bodybuilding, it's not just about winning. It's the personal achievement that plays a massive role. And I can promise you, some of you guys that aren't winning, that are sitting here right now, you give people far more inspiration and you give people far more knowledge through sharing your process than the guys that are winning do, that don't necessarily have the same work ethic, don't necessarily have the same skill set as you do as an athlete. It might be. When Terrance started, he was in your shoes right now. And he probably never dreamed of sitting here in UK, from where he's from, giving this speech, giving this interview, and potentially being the front runner for the Olympia this year. So imagine what you can present if you take the approach in your contest prep like it is your Olympia. Imagine what you can present and what you can do in your off season if you're treating it like you are an Olympian. This is something I speak to a lot of you about very often. If you want to achieve any of the goals that you set out for yourself, you need to lock in, you need to be 100%. And this doesn't mean neglecting other things in your life, this simply means prioritization, right? I know what I need to prioritize to achieve my goals, and that's my bodybuilding and my coaching. I know my bodybuilding fuels my coaching, my coaching fuels my bodybuilding, and everything else gets put to the side, quite frankly, because the gym, for example, that pretty much runs itself. I only oversee stuff now. So I think you do need to put strategies in place and people around you to help you. Luckily, I've got Meg, I've got Magda, I've got Becky, who's our PA. I've got people around me that I can lean on and offload so that I can solely focus on not only what makes me happy, but what I actually want to do and what I'm the best at. And I think some of you guys that I've worked with in the past have tried to do all these things at once. And then you end up actually having everything suffer because you're trying to do the things that you're not necessarily that good at. I think prioritizing what you are good at and focusing on that thing alone is by far the best strategy for success. And that's something I've even learned from Charles Marden, right? I had a conversation with him. I told him all these plans, and he was like, hold on a minute. What is it you're actually good at? What is it you enjoy the most? What takes up most of your time? And how are these things going to take up your time? And that actually clicked to the point where I was like, right, I can do all these things, but I'm not going to directly do them. I'm going to help other people do it for me. And you can do all of these things yourself in a fashion where you do focus on your job, you do focus on your work, and you can potentially delegate tasks or do other things to be able to maximize your time and progress. And that's what it's all about. How did you manage initially bodybuilding and military? And I know that you did speak about it a little bit, but how did you manage to get by and still prioritize your bodybuilding, especially something that is an issue with a lot of people that have a job, for example, right? And they're working for somebody else, they're working for a company, but they still need to deliver within the job. However, the true passion is bodybuilding. How did you manage that? Did you prioritize one or the other? And how did you manage to get through it?
Yeah, so again, I feel like the failing out of the special forces was a blessing in disguise, because if I did that, I wouldn't have been able to make it work. But with my job that I had in the military, we worked from like 7 to 3. We had one lunch break, but luckily they had a lot of smokers where I worked, and so they had 2 15-minute smoke breaks, and I would eat those other 2 meals during that time period. So that's kind of how I got away with my meals. But the biggest thing is just, it's a lot of preparation. I think if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. And I think even with anything with bodybuilding, I see people, they struggle.
Yeah.
And it's usually from a lack of preparation, whether they say, oh, I can't stay on plan while I travel, I can't do this or do that. There's usually a way around it. You know, I've gone to India and competed, and I just cooked all my food like any other day, frozen, no issues. I will say this, like, I could have been a better airman in the military. I wasn't a bad one. I did what I was supposed to do, but I didn't excel at all, you know. I just did enough to stay out of trouble, stay out of, anything like that. So I do believe that you can't put 100% into everything, that some things are gonna suffer a bit to really be the best at whatever it is you're truly passionate about, yeah.
Guys, we're gonna take a short break. We'll have a picture first before you all go. Make sure everyone's here, Meg, please. Guys, if you haven't got a t-shirt on, please put one on. T-shirts are on the side. So please put a t-shirt on before we do have a picture.
Yeah, I agree. They probably are looking. It's done with eval for, is it 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years. I actually didn't get my bloods done before that, I will be honest. It wasn't really a thing. Was it? Well, it was, kind of. I didn't really know. It was starting to become a thing. When I started bodybuilding, it wasn't much of a thing, really. So we've now got the likes of Eval, who come to many gyms in the UK that provide good, informative content. If you don't watch Dave's things on Think Big Bodybuilding, please do go and have a little watch of those as well. And he does post some great things on his social media, and we've actually got some really good content from him in our work libraries as well. So if you want that, you're gonna have to pay for it. But the reason I'm getting my bloods done is because post the Olympia, I decided to come away from any assistance. So that was coming away from HRT. We've talked about that before. My testosterone has taken a very long time to come back into the agenda, and most of my full hormone system has taken a long time to come around. I spent a long time very lean last year, so that is why we're just trying to make sure that everything's cushy before I go through a bit of a diet phase, just to make sure I'm a healthy lady.
It's for you, not me. Mate, chance to pose with him.
Yeah. Because I feel like I have kind of the same situation going into.
Terrance, get in the middle, lad.
Yeah.
Get in the middle, let's go.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Whoa, we're gonna have to do two call-outs. Let's cut it in half. Let's cut it in half. First call-out, I want Terrance, Dara, Mark, Joe. First call-out.
Bitch, I'm the baddest. Get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole package.
Don't do a bicep.
I got the wrist, freaking it, baby, and I'm getting rich. Commas on commas, I've been with the shits. Look at me, baby, I don't need no assist. Everything hit, I'm a walking limb.
Throw back spread. Terrance, sorry, mate, we're doing them all. Let's go. You do them all anyway. Let's go.
Get into it. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Get into it.
Yeah, beautiful.
These hoes be the maddest.
Side chest.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole package. Yeah, get into it. Bitch, I'm the shit. I'm popping them lit. It is what it is. Bitch, I'm the shit. I've been in my bag and I'm paying my bills.
Hold it, come on.
I'm feeling myself.
Side tricep.
I don't care how they feel. It is what it is. I'm popping and I'm about to run up a meal. Get into
Pardon?
it. Bitch, I'm the baddest.
Where's
yeah, get into it.
Carlton, Mark, let's go, boys.
These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest.
Face the
yeah,
curtain, get something.
Yeah. I'm the whole package. Yeah, get into it. These hoes ain't not fucking
Back to
with
bicep.
me. They're not on my level. They right underneath. I'm splashing, I'm flashing, I'm lit overseas. I'm popping them tags and I've been getting peas. Look at me, look at me, look at the steez. I'm beaming, I'm up. Yeah, I got the keys. Say what you want, but I'm running the
Back that
field.
spread.
I'm sexy as fuck and I ain't trying to chill. I'ma go get me a meal. I wanna see how I feel. Bad bitch popping for real. They wanna know how I feel.
Actually, Terrance, that looks fucking sick.
Bitch, I'm the baddest.
Fuck me.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah. These hoes be the maddest.
Back that spread, boys. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Face the front.
Package. Yeah, get into it.
Abs and
Bitch, I'm
thigh.
the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest.
That is sick.
Yeah, get
Why does he
into
not do that on stage?
Yeah.
Do that again.
Yeah, get into it.
That is sick.
Bitch, I'm
Do
the
that again.
baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Hoes be the
Mate, come on.
maddest. Yeah, get into it.
I need to front double now. From that.
Bitch, I'm the baddest.
Oh.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah.
Let's go, boys.
I'm the whole package.
Come on.
Yeah, get into it. I got the wrist, freaking it, baby,
Joe's
and I'm
condition
getting
needs
rich.
work.
Commas, I've been with
You
the
can tell it's
shit.
deep off season.
Baby, I need no
Beautiful,
assist.
guys.
Everything hit, I'm a walking
Right,
lit.
Terrance stays on.
You
He
know
goes
they
some
get
more
boys
rounds,
like
lad.
this. Top match the bottom, no BBO here.
Boys, you're going to be back on soon.
My skin
Front
getting
door
clear,
bicep.
I'm up and I'm out of here. Get into it.
Get your breath back, boys.
Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it.
Not putting stuff back on yet.
These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah.
Side chest.
I'm the whole package. package, yeah, get into it. Bitch, I'm the shit. I'm popping them lit, it is what it is. Bitch, I'm the shit. I've been in my bag and I'm paying my bills. Bitch, I'm the shit. I'm feeling myself, I don't care how they feel. It is what it is. I'm popping and I'm about to run up a meal. Get into it. Bitch, I'm the best.
Most muscular slash favorite classic pose. Let's go.
These hoes be the maddest, yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest, yeah, get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole package, yeah, get into it.
Bro,
These hoes ain't not
most
fucking
muscular,
with
let's
me.
fucking
They not
go.
on my level, they right underneath. I'm splashing,
Yes,
I'm
Hannah.
flashing, I'm lit overseas. I'm popping them tags and I've been getting peas. Look at me, look at me, look at the steez. I'm beaming, I'm up, yeah, I got
Beautiful.
the keys. Say what you want, but
Right, guys, Terrance stays on. Bro, getting the rounds in today.
I'ma go
We've got to get his money's worth.
I wanna see how I feel.
Right. Next lot, guys, let's go. Carlton, come on, big man. Mark, get ready.
Bitch, I'm the baddest, yeah, get into it, yeah. These hoes be the maddest, yeah, get into it, yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest, yeah, get into it, yeah. I'm the whole
Tight chest.
package, yeah, get into it. Bitch, I'm the baddest, yeah, get into it, yeah. These hoes be the maddest,
Beautiful.
yeah, get into it, yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest,
Beautiful.
yeah, get into it,
Face the
yeah.
back.
I'm the whole package, yeah, get into it.
Back that sped.
Yeah, get into it. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the
Back lower
baddest.
bicep.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole package. Yeah, get into it. I got the wrist, freaking it, baby, and I'm getting rich. Commas on
Let's
commas,
go.
I've been with the shits. Look at me, baby, I don't need no assist. Everything
Come on,
lit,
boys.
I'm walking lit. Booty, you know the good boy just like this. Top my
Let's go.
baby, you're here.
Yeah, come on.
Shit in my skin
Hose
getting
down,
gray,
let's
I'm
go.
up and I'm outta here. Get into it. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the
Whoa,
baddest.
here we go.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole
Yes.
package. Yeah, get into it. Bitch, I'm the shit.
Mark, you're doing a guest posing after me. Don't worry.
Bitch, I'm the shit. I've been in my bag and I'm paying my bills. Bitch, I'm the shit.
Yes.
I'm feeling myself, I don't care how they feel. It is what it is. I'm popping and I'm about to run up a meal. Get into it. Bitch, I'm the
I'll kind of do it.
baddest.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
get
that.
into it. Yeah.
Yes.
These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the baddest.
Come on, guys,
Yeah,
let's
get
go.
into
Looks like you mean it. Come on.
I'm the whole package. Yeah, get into it. These hoes ain't not fucking with me. They not on my
Let's go,
level.
boys.
They right underneath. I'm splashing, I'm flashing, I'm lit overseas. I'm popping them tags and I've been getting peas. Look at me, look at me, look at the steez. I'm beaming, I'm up. Yeah, I got the keys. Say what you want, but I'm running the
Yes.
field. I'm sexy as fuck and I ain't trying to chill. I'ma go give me a meal. I wanna see how I
Let's
feel.
go.
Bad bitch popping for real. They wanna know how I feel. Get into it. Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it.
Beautiful, boys.
Yeah. These
Right, well
hoes be
done,
the
boys.
baddest.
Have a lot of
Yeah,
breather.
get into it. Yeah.
Right.
Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it.
Off season, boys. You good to go? Put your clothes back on. Terrance, Mark, Carlton, Mark.
Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it.
Abs and thighs.
These hoes be the maddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah.
Yes.
Bitch, I'm the baddest. Yeah, get into it. Yeah. I'm the whole package. Yeah, get into it.
Oh, yes. 2-on-2 coming. Keon, watch out. Do you know what? That actually looks really good. That looks better than expected, I'm not gonna lie. Beautiful.
Love that.
Right, have a little breather, boys. Ready to go again? One more round? Guys, do you want another round? Can tell I've done a lot of bodybuilding shows. Side tricep. Face the back. Come on, who wants it more? Let's go, come on. Back double bicep. Back that spread.
Pull 3 more. Above
But he wasn't really known for his posing. But what he did really well is all his compulsories and mandatories were perfect. You don't need to be a flawless poser if you get your basics right and you do them well. I think a lot of people, and this is something I actually had, I'm not going to mention names, but I actually had to tell one of my clients to rework his entire routine because he's doing classic division. His routine was stunning, beautiful choreography, right? But his routine highlighted every single weakness he has in his physique. If you are going the posing routine that highlights every weakness you have in your physique, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. Judges are going to look at that and they are going to see every weakness you have in your body. So you are better off going on stage and literally doing your mandatories and walking off than doing a posing routine that's beautiful, beautiful, but it highlights all the weaknesses. So get your posing nailed down. If you can really master your compulsories and mandatories, you can almost get on stage and pose well no matter what. Every pose is the same. Every pose is set up the same. And it's almost identical when you go through the actual posing itself, when you get called out, right? And you see that with Nick. Now, another person that is worth mentioning is Hadi. When you see him pose, no matter how many more rounds he does, it's the same every time. You see guys break down, you see guys start to pose differently. He doesn't. Every shot is literally identical. That's what you need to aim for. And that's kind of what I'm trying to aim for this year is every pose needs to be the same. It needs to be hit, then I'm holding it, holding it, holding it. And even watching some of you guys on stage now that are competing soon, like your posing condition needs to improve big time. You need to be able to get your poses, hold your poses, and be able to actually repeat that over and over and over and over again. So repetition is more than a skill. The same thing applies with your training. The more you do it, better you get. Same thing applies with your actual posing. It's a skill. The more you do it, better you'll get. He doesn't get as good as that at posing by not doing it, right? You don't get better at bodybuilding by not bodybuilding. You don't get better at competing by not competing. You don't get better at training by not training, right? If you want to get better at something, what do you have to do? You have to do it. Yeah, I think you've always have to have a different passion or another passion in your life, right? But it's like boxing is my passion, right? And I'd love to be able to go boxing, but I know I can't. If I go boxing, I know my recovery will be trashed. And like, I kid you not, when I stopped boxing, I started just training. I probably put like 4 stone on. I wasn't using gear, so I probably put like 30 pounds on within the space of like 4 months as a kid at school. So teachers would pull my mum and dad in saying like, look, I think he's taking drugs. And I'm like, I wasn't taking drugs yet. So, you know, I'd love to do it, but there's a time and a place. And I think this is where a lot of people have struggles with like bodybuilding and wanting to do other stuff. And like, when you're doing this, you have to be all in. If you're not all in, because it's a lifestyle, it's not like any other sport, right? Any other athlete can actually take up other hobbies and do shit. If we take up other hobbies and do shit, we're worse bodybuilders. So people don't understand that. It's like they just see us on stage, but they don't see what happens for 6 months, 12 months prior, and they don't see the commitment and the lifestyle and the sacrifices in your lifestyle as well, because there's loads of things that I'd like to do, but I choose not to do it because I know I can't, because it will impact your training and everything else. So, I mean, it's a tough game to get into, because if you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to be a decent bodybuilder, and you're not a complete freak, you're going to have to be all in. I mean, look at Terrance. He doesn't do fuck all else apart from bodybuilding. And if he did, he'd probably look like a swimmer. He won't look like this, put it that way. So it's a tough one, because I do feel like a lot of clients struggle. Like, I see some guys that I work with that are so gifted, and they're fucking around doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like twice a week. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You want to be a pro. Do you think other guys that are competing against are going to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on a weekend? No, mate, they're not. They're going to be sleeping in, they're going to be eating, recovering and fucking training, and then spanking you at the next comp. Big time. Oh, 100%. Another injury risk is huge. Most of the time, bodybuilders get injured outside of the gym, doing stupid shit they should not be doing. So it's a tough one, because you want to do all these things, but you just can't. If you want to be good, well, that's also why bodybuilding is so consuming. It's like any sport, if you want to be elite or be your own version of elite, right? It's like, I'll be my own version of elite. For me to do that, That's my sole focus, that's my sole passion, right? So it's like, I'll still follow other things like boxing as a bit of a break, but while I'm doing this, 90% of my time is all bodybuilding. Whether I'm trying to learn, I'm working on my clients, or working on myself, you have to be all in. Yeah. All I've ever thought about is like, right, I want to be the best bodybuilder, right? I want to be the best coach. I want to have the best skill set at this. So it's like, the better I got, for example, at training, at coaching, at bodybuilding, the more success came from that. So like, even when I talk about goals, like when it's a hierarchy of goals, right? The goals is always like progress in each avenue, but that progress then leads to me setting other goals. Because then, for example, like, I want to be a better coach, guess what? Financially will do better, right? You have a better gym. If I'm going to have the best gym in UK, guess what? That gym's going to do fucking well. If you do well at competing, guess what? That will come with other rewards, right? It's like with competing, like, I was the best junior in UK, in NABA and UKBFF. I've won every single show in NABA and UKBFF. On UKBFF as well, I won the juniors and the men's heavyweight. So that's like my highlights from my bodybuilding anyway. But like, doing all that allowed me to have the success then, because then I was able to open the gym. It's like, I opened the gym when I was 22, but guess how I did that? I didn't fucking party. I didn't go out on holidays. I didn't buy flash cars. I buy stuff now, but I still live like I'm poor. Like, ask Meg, mate. I don't spend money. I'm a frugal man. But it's like, I'm not frugal because I'm tight. It's just, I don't need it. And I've always had that mindset. But that mindset allowed me to then save up the money that I needed at a very young age to be able to open the gym. So it's like, people always ask me, like, how'd you do it? But it's like, I know the guys that are making the money and how much they're spending, and they're wondering how I did it. It's like, well, I did it by not doing what you're doing, not living your life like you do. So, and look, that's my choice, right? I made these sacrifices, but then I can reap the rewards of the back of these sacrifices. People are not prepared to make these sacrifices, and I'm not necessarily expecting of you to do that, but I feel like there's a lesson in that for all of you to be able to somewhat achieve some of the goals that you may not be actually reaching because of the limitations that you put on yourself with some of the things that you might be doing and not even be conscious of doing. Some of these little things are habits. If I would go back, I would probably tell myself to be a little bit more wary of people and trust people less, especially people when I get in business with. 100%. So I've been, people have attempted to fuck me a few times. A few times have as well. So I would definitely be more wary. That's the only thing really. Apart from that, it's been great lessons, but these are the things that could have been avoided and not really lessons that contributed anything positive. Like, some of the things that I've had to do that were pretty shit were probably still positive lessons, but like, these are the things that I could have been, could have gone without and still been all right, Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Enjoy it? Yeah? Good man. I'm glad.
Yeah, of course you are.
Of course, Hodge. Hodge.
Today was amazing.
Yeah, enjoyed it? Good, I'm glad. Thank you.
So inspiring.
Thank you for coming.
This is all inspiring, but for me,
Yeah.
you are inspiring.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, big man. Did you enjoy that?
Fantastic.
Yeah? Good man.
Well, if I go on the right side?
Come on, mate. Yeah, of course. Yeah, get on and take it. Yeah. Of course, man. I like it. I like it. Come on. Come on, big man.
Good as hell here.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for coming, man.
No, pleasure.
You're looking fucking big and wide.
That's the goal, isn't
Some
it?
fucking width. You will. Let me know what time. Drop me a text.
Be there probably about.
Yeah. Good to see you, bro. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say bye.
Bro.
See you next time, yeah?
Are you going home now?
Thank you.
You going home now?
Tomorrow morning.
Okay. You're not training tomorrow?
I did train this afternoon, this morning, yeah. And tomorrow's
Tomorrow.
rest day.
And again, we'll do.
Yeah, then I'll do
Just
pull
keep,
and legs.
let me
and
know.
then I'll do rest
Let me
day.
know how you feel. Because what we might do 2 days off, pull, rest, legs, rest, and then go again. We'll see how you feel. Good man.
Thank you so much.
Good to meet you.
Oh, big man. We've grabbed
Come on, big man.
We haven't got a pick in about 4 years.
Good to see you, thank you. You're on stage there, lad. You're on stage there, you're on stage there. You're on stage there. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. You good? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good. Those ones, actually.
Yeah. Prep starts, bro. Get the posing conditioning in.
I know.
You know, to be honest, you did well. You did well. I was surprised actually.
I was like,
it was blowing up. I'm watching it.
if it was on stage, I would have done it harder.
Yeah. No, that was good,
Every day
man.
now.
That was
It's
good,
gonna
man.
be every day.
You look big on that stage. You look big. You look big on that
You've
stage,
got
man.
the fucking space in the flat as well.
You look big on that
I just need to
stage.
do like every day, 3 rounds back to back.
You look big on that stage. Mate, just start with 2 rounds, and instead of doing more, just do less but better quality. Just hit them and just fucking hit them well.
That's what I think what I was doing last year.
Don't go through
running
motions.
through them too quickly instead of holding.
Bro, literally, all I do every morning now, I'll do my fucking steps, I'll finish my steps. Or before what I do, if I'm doing checking pictures, first I'll do a video, and then I'll do 2 rounds, and I'm taking pictures. But what I'm doing, I'm putting timer on, 5-second hold. Boom, 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 go. Boom, 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 do you know what I mean? If you do it just...
last time it was like, I'll do it, and then I'll feel uncomfortable, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I need to push
You
through
need
that
to just
uncomfort.
fucking,
Because what is for me is holding the vacuum.
Yeah.
Mate, trust me, even in between shows, Scott and Learn, even only 3 weeks, I was like, right,
Yeah, fucking
I'm nailing
piss.
this down, and because I'm in the shot and all.
Do you know with the vacuum as well, I think sometimes not doing it as hard will help because you're able to hold it for longer and be able to breathe.
Right,
So even if you get a few centimeters less, but you're able to hold it for longer, you're winning.
Yours got deep as fuck.
That's
I've never seen.
I said this to him on the morning of the show day. I said,
Come on in, yeah? Good fucking man.
on the bus.
I need to go there. Fucking awesome. Awesome.
Good day today.
It was a good one.
They got like a softest.
couple of coaches that were very popular, but then
You're not too bad.
Okay, but it's like
Yeah, I get it.
definitely love working with Kuba so far now.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, over like a year now.
Yeah, I was going to say you've been with him for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, loving it.
The transformation that you popped on of you the other day, that was impressive.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy enough now to change the last couple of weeks. So.
Yeah. Are you prepping this year?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I just started now 6 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I was going to start to prep. So
I enjoyed it. Thank you for
very
coming,
good.
man. Thank you. Shema, real poznać.
the guest speaker.
This is, that was good. That was good. That was good. Yeah, come on.
On Sunday before we leave. So
Yep.
it will be like legs.
Right. Well, good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
He's Polish too.
Yeah,
Real poznać.
So we're meeting them next week, so we're going to get the load down.
Polish takeover. Love it.
Thank you.
Come on, big man.
Might as well get a picture again, man. Why not?
Come on.